Guys, folks, one of the wildest stories that I have seen today, okay? One of the wildest stories that I've seen today is from one of the biggest conservative content creators on the planet named Candace Owens. If you guys haven't seen this yet, I'm genuinely speechless. And I've been covering Candace Owens for a while, right? Like, I covered her going through her whole, transvestigation of, Manuel Macron's wife, trying to say, oh, she's a secret trans woman. I covered when she, did her Nazi turn and was, nodding along as Kanye West was talking about the evils of the Jews. And I covered and pushed back on her positioning, on Charlie Kirk and trying to make a martyr of Charlie Kirk and profit off of his assassination. It's truly been crazy, but we've entered into a new era of Candace Owens where we've gone beyond just Charlie Kirk was assassinated by Jewish people for conspiratorial reasons, and Turning Point USA is secretly an arm of, Benjamin Netanyahu. And we've gone just straight into tinfoil hat nonsense territory. Buckle up, folks.
Why did Charlie think he was a time traveler? He said, as I showed you in earlier messages, that he was a time traveler and he had to find me. Is that just something people are saying to their homies in text messages? And again, not anything that I would have placed so much emphasis on back when he was saying it, but it came to fruition. The other parts, he did die young. Why did he think that him dying young was necessary in order to change things? He did die young. It is related to Turning Point USA. In some way or another, at the very least, we could all agree it's related to him speaking at a campus event for Turning Point USA. I'm totally occupied by this. I tell you, I read these messages and I'm going, what is this? What is reality, actually? And Charlie died. Yes. Why did Charlie?
So now she's going with Charlie Kirk was our time-traveling messiah, a la, John...
The left liberals aren't enough for me anymore. I need something a little more radical. Love you. Love your crew.
Hell yeah, Big Rackled. Look, the only solution for fascism is socialism. It is the only thing that evens the scales and will get us out of this. I just don't... But, going back to this real quick, she's arguing that Charlie Kirk is a time-traveling messiah from the future who allowed himself to be killed for some greater, time sacrifice. It's who wait, I got stunned. No, this isn't, you're not being stun-locked by time traveler. She means literally he was a time traveler. He was a time traveler from the future who knew something and knew more than any of us know about where things are gonna go. And he came back and allowed himself to be assassinated. That is her assertion. Well, that's nakedly insane. And yes, it's absolutely nakedly insane. But that's where conservatives are right now. They have been led step by step so far out of reality that they are now just nodding along and saying, yeah, no, that makes sense. He's a time traveler. You showed us text messages and we're convinced. I shit you not. Every single one of her broadcasts gets over 1 million views at this point. And she's telling these people, millions of people, that Charlie Kirk was a messianic time traveler. And they're eating it up. Conservatism in this country is dead and cooked. Okay? It is done. Whatever it used to be, it is now just full on conspiracy theory fascism. Like when I talked like a year plus 2 years ago about the conspiracy singularity and how it all starts circling around the drain, and that's how these people work. They capture an audience with one conspiracy theory and then they start bringing other theories in, and you just start circling around, turning all the different conspiracy communities into one homogenous slop. And it is then all used to fuel fascism. Because once you have unhinged people from reality to this extent, you can get them to believe anything. You've disconnected them from empirical ways of understanding and demonstrating truth in the world, and they are just primed to dive right into a death cult, which is what we're seeing with fascism. And this is absurdly dangerous. Like, it is both absurd, but it's also dangerous. And I am deeply worried about the implications of millions of people who are now able to be convinced of this, or at the very least entertain this as if it's serious reality. So, I don't know, are you concerned? Let me know down in the comments. And, we have to get organized, folks, because one of the unfortunate parts about this is that these people do get organized. These conspiracy theorists do get organized. And when we aren't getting organized to stand up for, and like reality, to stand up for empiricism, to stand up for science, these people can amass more power and more influence. So we have to do more shit than they do. So get organized, folks. Join your local Dems, join your local DSA, radicalize your Dems. You know, we liken it to a hostile boarding party. We need to purge the Democratic Party of these centrist morons who are capitulating to Donald Trump at every turn. And we need to get organized in our local DSAs, if at all possible. So, folks, if you need help, join our Discord. Reach out to Gamergy for help organizing your DSA. Reach out to Dragonfly for help organizing your local Dems. And we need to start showing up. It's not enough to know that these people are insane. We have to actually start doing the things to oppose them. So, click the buttons that help the channel grow. Get organized, and last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com, gender euphoric lingerie designed for trans femmes, tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks. People love it. It fits really well, and it's super comfortable, and looks great, and new styles and colors are coming soon. So check it out, link down in the doobly-doo, and let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube and swishy streams. All that content is bursting the scenes. Politics, being flame more. Your sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.